Hello, thank you for coming. Hi, Joe. And we have somebody else, and thank y'all for coming. We're going to make an embellished box today, and I meant to get my needle. Be right back. It's the only thing I did not grab. Okay, I'm ready now. Hi, Deanna. How are you? I hope I pronounced that right. Thank you for coming. So we're going to do an embellished box. This is going to go on the top of the box. I'm thinking of lining the box with this paper on the inside of the box. And I needed the needle because I have lace that I'm going to have to string with ribbon or thread. So we have all kind of pretty things in our box. Little beadies to use for feet. And I'm going to move all the little pretty things off to the side. So we can start. So let me move my paper. I don't know how far we're going to get. My husband got the wrong kind of glue sticks. He got regular size instead of minis. So I have 1.5 glue sticks. But for this part, we don't need glue sticks. So let's see. The way I'm going to measure this is going to be kind of weird. I'm just going to fold it. And I'm going to cut that off first. And I'm going to carefully cut off where I've been. Let's make sure. Let's get it on there straight. How's everybody's weekend going so far? This is a Christmas present for my niece. She's 8. And her favorite color is pink. And she picked out the napkin that's on this paper. So she doesn't know what I'm doing with the napkin, but she picked it out. Okay. So that's good. And then kind of want to make sure it's sort of centered. Well, that's the middle, and that's right over the lock. So we'll go with that. There we go. Now I can just cut these off. And I'm going to say these cutoffs right here because even if I don't use them on this box, which I probably will not, I can make tags or something out of them for a journal. Oh, good. I pronounced it correct. Hi, Mary. How are you today? We are doing, Mary, an altered box. So I've already got it painted. It's a cigar box, and I've already painted it. And I've attached a napkin to cardstock, which is going to go on the top. I do have another napkin and more cardstocks because I want to put this in the middle of the lid on the inside as well. So I have another napkin that I can do that with. I just haven't done that part yet. So just trying to get everything cut here. And we're still hanging off the edge a little bit. Okay. So I will retrim my paper a little bit to get rid of those edges. And there's going to be lace around the edge of this on top of the box. So if it's a little short when I'm done, that's fine. I'm not going to worry about it. And there's a wrinkle in there. Let's see if I can flatten that out a little bit with my scissors. It's been glued down for a minute. Okay, so that's looking, well, we still got a spot. It's looking good though. Just trim off a little bit more over here. Oops, that's this one. And let's trim down this side a little tiny bit to get rid of the bendy mark. Okay, think I've got it cut good. Yep, now I just need to Mod Podge it down to the top of the box. And this is homemade Mod Podge. It's made with glue, Elmer's glue, PVA glue, and water. Okay, and it's going to go there. Make sure I have a good seal on this. So that is going to go just like that. And I want to seal it as well before we put any lace or anything on it. So I think I'm going to put a thin coat of Mod Podge over top first. And I put the napkin down with a glue stick onto the cardstock. And it's been on here for probably 2 or 3 weeks. At this point. So I'm just going to paint this on here real good. And then while this is setting aside to dry, I am going to gather my ribbon on my lace on a thin piece of ribbon because it's going to be the first layer of lace that goes around the box on the bottom. Okay, that's looking good. It's going to get another layer, but we're going to just put that aside for now. And let me check on chat. I see we got some more people came in. It is a napkin, and it's a napkin on cardstock. Hi, Nick. Nick, I need something from you. You bought, hang on, I'm trying to find where I put them. You bought these full-size things, glue sticks. I need mix. These are too fat. They won't go in the glue gun, babe. I need the ones that look like this. These won't fit. So, yeah. Just wanted to let you, since you're here, I'll let you know that. And I know you can't, like, do anything while you're on lunch because you look way away. But anyway. Hi, Ann. How are you? Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming on your lunch break, dear. Okay. So, my glue gun has got leakage over here. It's plugged up, ready to go. I'm just going to lay it there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I have thread, or not thread, but floss. I have this piece of lace, which I have measured 2 times and plus a little tiny bit more around my box because it's not gathered. It's going to be in just a moment, though. So I'm just going to take my needle. And I love this big needle because I can do, if I can get, let me chop off a clean end. That will help. Or not. So y'all, tip. I'm going to apply a little bit of glue to the end of this to make all my little threads stick together. Now I'm going to thread my needle. There we go. And I don't know how much of this thread, I know I need less than, I only need it to go around my box one time, so that's good. We're just going to snip that off. Okay. Let's see. This is the right side. So I want right side facing me. And I'm just going to use these little holes at the top. And just kind of put the needle in and out. I'm off camera. Let me go back. Just using the holes that's already in the material for gathering it. So, and I'm sure this is a boring little process. It's going to take a minute though, because there's a good little bit of lace here. But it'll be very pretty once it's on the box after it's been gathered. And this is lace that I saved off of a pillow sham that I had no other things that went with it any longer. No bedspread, no other pillow shams, nothing. It was just one pillow sham, and it was not even the colors that we're using anymore. So I cut it apart, rescued the laces off of it, saved some of the material because it was quilted so I could make books, book covers. So the whole thing is going to get used. It's just not a pillow sham anymore. And it had a lot of lace around the edge of it. A lot of lace. And I see there's things happening in my chat, so I'm going to take a break from this and scooch this down my needle. Ouch. Not try to poke myself in the process. Hi, Patricia. How are you? Thank you for coming. Hi, Sue. Thank you for coming. Hey, Sherry. Thank you for coming. And thank you, Ann. I rescued it off my pillow sham. I am doing good, Ann. Thank you for asking. I do have a program note for next week. I thought about it. We're going to go live on Tuesday, no live on Thursday, and there will not be a live on Saturday either. I'm in Alabama. The Iron Bowl, which is Auburn and Alabama, is being played Saturday, and it's sacrilegious to kind of miss the Iron Bowl. Plus, there's going to be football going on in my house at the time, and so we won't be live Saturday because, yeah. So we're only going to be live on Tuesday. Thursday's Thanksgiving. I may come on and go live Friday since we won't be live on Thursday. I don't know, though, because I'm expecting out-of-town company. So that just depends on what time they're planning on getting here. So just plan on we're not going to be live after Tuesday next week. I will put a note. I also have started a Facebook group. It's called Foxy's Followers Secret Group. There will be a link. I really don't want to put a link below the video. But if you type in Foxy's, and it's Foxies, I believe, followers, apostrophe S, into Facebook. It's a secret group. You probably won't be able to find it. I'll put a link below the video. That link will only be below my video for 24 hours. I will remove it after that. But it's a secret group. It's just a place where we can share our, what we make, what we're doing. We can ask each other questions. It's just a place to share. We're not going to do any swaps or anything like that. And I guess I could leave it on the video since I have to approve members. Oh, I'm almost done. Yay. So I started the Facebook group, and it's Foxy's Followers Secret Group. It's just a little place for us to share what we do and ask questions and stay in touch and that kind of thing. So if you ever need to do this, you just need a thin piece of ribbon. I've done it with ribbon. You'll see there's a ribbon that's going on here. I think a piece of lace that's got ribbon through it. Or some kind of, the floss works because you can get it in all colors. So I made sure I had one that would match. Let me slide that back. And this is way more gathered than I want it to be on the needle. Okay, now we just unstick myself from the table. Pull it down the thread. Here we go. And my thread seems to have gotten a knot in it down at this end. There we go, unknot it. Let me pull my tail thread through. There it goes. And now I'm going to cut this because I know this is way longer than I need it to be. Okay. Now I just kind of have to space it out how I want it on my box. I'm going to tie a knot down here. Well, it would have been nice if the knot was right up against where the lace, well, I can pull it, the lace to the knot. That's not a problem. I need a bigger knot. Okay, I think that'll work. Just something to stop it from, unless I pull it hard, it won't go anywhere. Now I can run it down that way from this end. I don't need it gathered quite that tight. And I can just loosely gather it on here. And I'm going to take my box and I'm just going to see how this is going to fit so far. Just a loose, because I measured it. It should go twice around the box. Or it was long enough to go twice around the box. So now it's just getting it gathered to where it'll fit around the box. One time. It doesn't look like it's going to go though, does it? I'm just trying to spread this out evenly on, ouch, hit the glue gun. Evenly on the threading. Okay, let's see. What do we got now? It's just like putting a little dress on our box. It's getting there. And I don't want it heavily ruffled, because I got some other lace that's going to be like that to go on top of this. So now let's see where we are. Well, still a little bit more straightening to go. Still heavily gathered at this end, so we'll straighten this out a little bit. And this is the end with the knot on it, so we're just going to scooch this all this away. And this is just a matter of your preference if you make this and how you want it to be. So now I can come back down here. And move this down my thread a little bit. Now let's see where we are. And we are good. It's a little bit of overlap, which is what we want. I can actually pull it tight just a little bit more and move it. Yeah, because that's really loose. Okay. So gather. And the seam, of course, will be in the back. It's just in the front for now while I'm doing this part and fitting. While I'm fitting my dress to my box. Okay, so we got that made. I'm just going to set it aside and not play with it anymore. This is dry on top. And let's see what's happening in our chat. Hi, Brenda. How are you? Thank you for coming. Yes, Sue, you would definitely be approved. You should have actually gotten an invite. If not, I will resend it. Bye, darling. Talk to you when you're done. Hey, Debbie, how are you? Thank you for coming. So it's a little tacky, but it's not bad tacky. So this now needs to get the Minwax acrylic on it. So we're going to put polyacrylic on top. And this will just give it a nice sealed coat. And I have never made one of these before, so we're kind of learning this at the same time. I figured I would start with this box because I have 2 of these to make. This one's for my 8-year-old niece, and the other one is for my 28-year-old daughter-in-law. I figure if I make mistakes, I should make it on this box. Learn from any mistakes here. The 8-year-old won't notice them as much. That's my thinking anyway. Now I'm going to brush the other direction lightly to make sure I have no strokes or anything. Try to get those out. Paint marks. Okay. So there that is. We need to let that dry again. So I don't know exactly everything I'm going to do to embellish it. I know I want this lace, I think, on the top somehow. And I'm trying to decide if I want to gather it, but I might have to need a smaller needle for that. But I like it kind of like it is. And if I do it, it's going to go like, can you all see? It's going to go like that on here. But I have that one. I also have this, which I could put on here first because I want layers. And then I have some pink ribbon. I have some more lace for the bottom of the box. I have this also. This I got from AliExpress. 10 yards, I think, was like, it wasn't, how much was it? It's 10 yards and it wasn't that expensive, but this is really pretty. And I want to put this around the front edge of the box. So it will go, let me pull this where y'all can see, like here on the front edge of the box. So also might go at the top of our lace or laces. And then this pink lace I'm thinking is going to go at the very edge of the laces that go around. And our little thread here is going to get hidden by the next layer of lace. And then we have this to go. So we have lots of things to embellish our box with. But we really can't do anything till it dries because kind of stuck now. So we can just chat while it dries and see what's going on. I will resend it. Hi, King Taco. How are you? Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. I will send it once I'm off of here, Sue. I'll resend those invitations. I tried to make sure that I had everybody that normally comes invited to the group. I guess I could change it from a secret group to a closed group so y'all can find it. Ooh, I just found something I can put on the top on the corners. Just sitting looking pretty. I need pink, so I'll pull out pink ones. These would be really pretty on there. I'll pull out a bunch of these things because. Oh, and there's little white ones. We'll pull out pink and white or clear. I don't know if y'all can. I'll put some in my hand so you can see what I'm. They're not beads. They're totally just an embellishment. But they're sparkly and they're pretty. So, let's see what else we got. Just going to pull out a whole bunch of pink ones and clear ones. because I don't know. We may just put them in the corners. We may put them all around the edging. That would be pretty, I think. Oh, that would be pretty on the front over the lace. Livy is my niece, and she's the one the box is for. She loves pretty, frilly things. And pink and purple are her favorite colors, but since she picked out this napkin, we're going to just stay with pink because there's no purple on here. There's a lot of these. These were on clearance from Fire Mountain Gems. And they may still have them because I buy a lot of stuff, but it's a mixed bead acrylic flower, multicolored. That's where they came from. But like clearance to me on Fire Mountain Gems, I keep every time I order from them, which isn't that often. But they always have the 3mm pearls. And they're acrylic pearls. And I always get those because they're really pretty and they're small. Those would be pretty on here too. Okay. Look, we don't want the red one. We don't want the red one. Then I get to pick up all the ones we don't want. Just going to pull them all out since I don't know how many I'm going to need. They also make really pretty flower centers because they're sparkly and they are little flowers. So like if you're making ribbon or paper flowers and you need a flower center, these make really pretty ones. Okay. Whoops, that's the clear one. Now to pick these back up and put them back in the bag. I'm sorry if this makes a lot of noise. They are very pretty though. Oh, and these red and green ones would be pretty Christmassy colors. And that's a nice... Here, let me show you. That's the purple. Let me get some of the red ones up here. Here we go. There they are, the red ones and the green and the purple. That's a nice bright red. I know in Fire Mountain Gems, when they run their dollar specials and their clearance stuff, you can get some really nice, nicer things. Like these are really pretty. And they didn't cost a lot. And I got a lot in the bag. I mean, I don't remember how many it says there were in here. Just says one quantity, but one quantity was one baggie. So, but they came in those colors all mixed. So they're really pretty. They'll go through Facebook. So like if you're on my Facebook friends list, it just sends it to Facebook. So if you look at your Facebook notifications, that's where it's going to be. I'm doing good today, King Taco. Thank you for asking. Thank you, Mary. They are very pretty. Just waiting on our top of our box so we can start with the hot glue on the sides. And I'm going to start in the back with the hot glue. I have one long stick. This is what I have plus what's in my glue gun because hubby got the wrong kind. So we're going to go as far as we can with the gluing part. I just don't want my lace to slide. Now, once I get the first row of lace on, I might be able to switch over to like the weld bond or the tacky glue and we'll be fine. So that's still a little bit on the tacky side. I'm the worst at glue and weight. So These are not the pearl. These are the same size as the ones that I get from Fire Mountain Gems, but these are actually a crafting pearl. The ones I get are beads. They come off the string. These don't come off the string. And I have a whole roll of this with iridescent ones. But yeah, but I like these too. I like these because they don't come off the string. Those ones, the other ones, I use them for centers of flowers a lot or decorating things. But I like them because they're small. They're the same size those are. And they're always in the clearance section. I get them, I want to say it's $1 and you get like 1,000 of them when they're on clearance. So I always order one package because you have to buy the 3 strands. And they're always on clearance. They're never not in stock. And so I always get those whenever I place an order. Okay, so this, I'm thinking I might need an opinion. We can stand the box up. If I put this, okay, let's drape it more than that so it won't like go away. And then this, nope. I think just this by itself. This I can probably glue on. You do a measurement of it. I can probably glue this down with tacky glue and not hot glue. So leave room to overlap. And in case I move my finger, go a little bit further. So we're going to go on and start gluing because I don't need to have the top for this part. And I'm just going to put, is my tacky glue stopped up? Oh, Lord. Probably. But I have little head pins on my desk. That aren't going to work. They bend really easy. Try the point of my needle. Okay, so if you can't get it one way, do it the other way. There we go. Now let me wipe this off. Go through it from the back side. Now it should squeeze out because we opened the hole up. Yep, I see it. Kind of looks like it was never opened. There we go. It'll work now. And I'm going to try not to hit the phone because the phone is like right there. Camera. Okay. And then I'm just going to flatten that bead of glue out. And I don't know why I went all the way over because that's not where my seam is going to be. And we're going to just lay this down in the glue. And I don't want this to dry on here, so I'm going to wipe it back off until we get back around to this side. Turn our box around. And this was a cigar box that I just bought where we get our cigarettes because I smoke. They sell them in there, the empty cigar boxes. So that's what I'm using. And I painted it ahead of time because I didn't think y'all would want to sit here and watch paint dry. Plus it took a couple of coats because I gessoed it first and then painted it. And this lace is the perfect size for the edge of this box. So turn that around. Oh, don't do that. It's unpeeling. I'll get it back in a second. Let me put my glue string. And I'm going to take and clean the top of that closure off. I wasn't worried about getting paint on it. Okay. Now pull this back up. Oh, it's sticking to me. Turn the box again. And there went that whole side. I'll put it back in a second. And I bumped the phone. I'm sorry. That's plenty of glue, I think. Just mash it. Spread it out. Okay, pull this back up. Oh, let me get back on camera. Okay. And I didn't get enough glue over here. That's probably too much, so I'm just going to spread it, thin it out. So it's going to dry clear, so I'm not worried about that. We all know that the tacky glue dries clear. Okay, and now I can set that up. Oh, I poked it. Oh no, hang on. Paintbrush fixes. And that could be where an embellishment goes in a minute. That one too. I'm going to just try to lay it back down. It wasn't totally dry, and I grabbed it with my fingers. Let's see. This, I'm not going to worry about patching that one. That one is red polka dots. We can probably do that. And that's pink polka dots from over here. I can pick it up. Now it's a matter of lining up the polka dots, sort of. There we go. Patch is done. And this one's got a flower on it, so I'm not going to even try. And it's kind of, well, where did that? It's got polka dot flowers. Looks like it might be this one from the corner. If I can line this all up pretty good, that looks pretty good. I can kind of do that. There we go. Patch done. And now it really does need to dry before we mess it up again. And I'm going to wipe around my edges because I got glue on the top of my box. So we're really at a standstill, guys, until this top dries because I don't want to mess it up again. So let's see what's going on in chat. Oh, you got it, Sue? Good. Okay. Well, one thing we could do to the top of our box is we could put this on here and trying to figure out how I want to do the corners. I think I'm just going to cut it flat like that. Oops, way too much glue. I shall spread it. Gently spread it. There we go. Okay. Now we can just set this back up there. And gently pat it in. This lace is moving on the side here. Let me pull that back. And there we go. I am happy with that. Turn the box and let's measure. Either way we go, it's going to overlap. Okay, before I overlap, let's go in and do this side. And it's going to go from there to right about there. Yep, that looks good. Oh, just a great big glob of glue. That's not good. And there we go. And this came from Dollar Tree, this ribbon. It's just really pretty Dollar Tree ribbon. Okay, and then now I can do the overlaps. Or they go in the same direction. Okay. And we'll put this one down. And I'm going to dab up that extra glue. And we're going to measure this one out here. Putting a little extra on the corners because it's ribbon to ribbon. Okay. I so bad want to touch the middle of my box to hold it still. All I'm doing is trying to dab off some of the extra glue from that other lace that we put on first. Okay. I kind of like the way that's looking. Now we have this. Well, and I think I want to put it. What do you guys think? Put it like this? I think I want to put it like that and then come back and put another one over it. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Hey, stop. No, stop. Stop. Y'all didn't hear anything. I moved something and they're barking because I moved something. Excuse me. Yay, Sue. So what are y'all thinking? This away and then put another one back here over top. So what it'll look like is this. Let me see if I can do this. It will look, put this one here and then go back and put another one over the top of it and offset them. It will look like, if I can get this to do right, kind of like that, all the way around. I wish I had, oh, I do. Hang on. White lace. A thin white, so the offset this bit would be perfect. Let me, wait a minute. I may not even have to go. I thought earlier, I thought I saw one on this table. I'll be back. Going to the lace box. So I have a couple of options. This is, if I can find the end of it, the exact same lace as this. I actually colored that. So we could do this. We could put a row of white. Let me put it over the edge. And then come back. Where did our end go? With this. Left hand lace on the bottom. Okay. I don't know. Oh, I see. Now that I'm looking in the camera. Yeah, it's got to, I have to cut the edge off. But it's also going to be covered. Remember, I'm not really going to worry about wonky because whatever I do here, I'm going to do there. You're not going to see that anymore. So we could do this. And then put this on top of it. Or so I'm not going to worry about the wonky corner really because the wonky corner is going to get covered. We could put this on here. And then put, where did our end go? I can't believe I keep losing the end of this. And then put this. I don't think I like that. I think I kind of like this by itself. What do y'all think? Or if I do this, maybe put this under, but you don't see this. That's the whole, I mean, it matches very good, but we don't see it. I'll save it for the side of the box maybe. I think that's the right side. So you're not going to see. Okay. I'm back to this. Where did the end go? I just had it. Hang on, guys. I'm a tangled mess. Oh, Lordy me. Okay, that's not the end. This also is from AliExpress, but I got to find the end of it now because I messed up and made a tangled mess out of my lace. There we go. Okay. So, kind of leaning toward put this and this, put this down first. See if I can get it to lay pretty flat. And maybe put this over the edge of it. I like the way that's looking. This one is cream and this one is white. And I kind of like how that is because you can see the white. You can also see the cream. And we're not hiding the design on either one of them. And I kind of want to try to the corners, but yeah. I think I'm just going to put an embellishment over wherever it overlaps. Of some kind. Okay, so Mary, you like just the cream, no white. Just like that. Correct? That is pretty. But I think I like with the white just under the edge. Because the pinks aren't really showing up against the napkin. Now, they're going to be pretty on when we get to where we embellish the side with all the layers and stuff. That's going to be really pretty. I love this cream. And it came from, this is a Dollar Tree crochet lace ribbon. The cream as well. Okay, well, here we go. And I'm going to cut off because this is, I'm going to give it a pretty edge. A nice straighter. Well, that's not even straight. Edge. There we go. And I'm going to put probably these or something similar in the corners to hide where we overlap. Actually, I might not have to worry about that with this. So we're going to come back down here. And I am going to pull it in a little bit so we still see that pink edge. Just the little scallopy part. And I'm going to come back up and I'm going to cut this a little bit more. Trim. Whoops. Okay. We're going to turn our box. That's coming up. Push that back in. We're going to go from here to, just want to come inside the scallop edge. It's going to blob on me again. I'm so glad tacky glue dries clear. Okay. And I want to leave that scalloped edge where we can see it because I like that little scalloped edge on that pink lace. And I don't want to have it covered it up. We put it down there to look at after all. So we don't want to cover it. Okay. And I'm going to just dab off excess glue. So we want to do the same thing over here. Just come in and cut. Uh-oh. Hang on. Let me lift this. I want the overlaps all in the same way. Just come in there. Now I'll put that back over top. Okay. And our last piece. Oh, I need to trim this off a little bit. It's a little too long. There we go. And we have little furry pieces sticking off. Snip them too. There we go. Okay. And I need to trim that off, and I will. It's going to need to dry a little bit first, though. I don't want to shift too much stuff around. Okay. And I know how this ribbon or lace sticks because I use it in my journals. Didn't I cut a piece? Oh, I did not. I use this in my journals all the time. So it glues down very well. Pull it back just a hair. Okay. And thank y'all for responding with what you think as far as how things should be lined up. Okay. And then while I can, let me get that out of my way. Pull that back and snip off, whoops, a hair more of this one because it was sticking out and I don't want it sticking out. Oh, my fingers are sticky, which does not help at all. There we go. Now I'll pull it back down. There we go. I think that looks good. It's all the way around. And I'm thinking maybe putting 2 or 3 of these in each corner. Maybe 2 pinks. We'll put a couple of these on here and see what we think. And I'll do one versus all pink. We're going to do one with all clear. That's the same thing. All pink, I said. All pink. So I'm going to need an opinion again. All clear. And a pink. And 2 clears. I think this is enough different ways we can figure something out. I kind of don't like that already. Okay. Hi, Spanky. Thank you for coming. Going back up through craft. Thank you, Debbie. It's the first one I've ever done. Okay, so here's where we need another opinion. We're going to call this A. We're going to start up here. All pink is A. This is corner B, 2 pink and a white. Corner C, 2 whites and a pink. And corner D, all white or all clear. So I do want the 3 on the corners because it kind of covers up where everything overlaps. What do y'all think? A, B, Spanky says A or B. So A or B, okay. Mary says this one. We got an A, a B, and a D. Ann likes B, so this one. So we'll say we got 2 for that one. Can we get a C? Stanky, you're funny. Because then it would come down to I have to pick. A, Joe says A. I do kind of like the all pink because it kind of offsets everything. Or with the more pink and the white. Either one of those 2. So I'm going to remove these. Okay, so now we're down to A or B. We get to vote again. And Spanky, how are you? I hope you're doing better. Spanky says A. I like A. I'm with you, Spanky. Mary says A. Anybody else? Joe says A. So, trying to fix this how Ann was suggesting. And we can look at it like it's finished. I've got glue everywhere. So, Ann, is this kind of what we're talking about here? If I'm not mistaken. Well, I'm so glad you're getting better. I don't know. I think I like I like these corners better. I do. I appreciate the input, guys. But I'm thinking I like this better. Pink in the middle, toward the middle. And where did I put my embellished books from yesterday? Well, not today, the other day. We made the embellished book pocket books, and mine has a thing in it that I wanted to use in the middle. Maybe a couple of things, and I'll take it. Uh-oh. There was a uh-oh. Oh, let me see here. There's a couple of options if I can ever get this pin undone. Okay, I got to glue that back. That was the uh-oh. We actually have 3 options. I think I'm unclipping these wrong. Okay. There's another option. And now that we've had an uh-oh, though, we could do this and tie it all together, put a clear one in the middle. That is the same ribbon that's here. This is. And that's a little ribbon flats on it. So options are that one, which I'm not leaning toward that one. Although that is this ribbon. This one back with the rose on it. I will glue it back down with hot glue. And we have one more option. Should have had these out of my pocketbook already. And I'm just going to set my little bulb pins off to the side back here. Okay, so here's the final option that matches this. We have this, which I will glue this down with hot glue right in the middle, and this won't be glued down on any of them. So again, we have some options. Okay. We're going to just leave the pink because we have options for the pink. So it's going to be pink, white, or cream. Pink, Mary Jones says. I think so too, because it ties it all back together. So, does anybody else want to vote? Pink, white, or cream? And then I'll go back, and this needs to be moved over. It got shifted. We're going to go back and glue these on. But I think I'm going to put hot glue to hold these down. The pink. Okay, now with the pink, we have the option of with the rose, with the. Thank y'all for staying and waiting. The app shut down again, and I'm going to rotate the camera so we're not dancing on the ceiling. There we go. App shut us down. If that happens, I do come back. So I'm glad y'all are still here. So we have this little rosette with the, we can go clear, rose, or we can go pink. And that really doesn't show up to me on there. So what do you guys think? Pink, clear, or the rose? And it would get glued back with hot glue and the whole thing would get glued down. There's the rose. I kind of like that. That's pretty. Is everybody still here? That one, I really do like that one. It pulls the cream back in. And we have the pink that's the same ribbon that's here. And I just hit the glue gun again. I'm going to have a burn mark on my arm before today's over. But we're about to use the glue gun for these. All of this is going to get hot glued. I like that. And we know where the middle of our box is, so we don't have to guess. So, first, I'm going to move this back so y'all can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to put a dot of hot glue on here and stick this rose in the middle of that and press it and not stick it to my mat. Not stick it to my mat. And then I'm going to put the hot glue in the middle there and get these strings off of here. And then I'm going to just put this on there and push it down. And there we go. We now have a decoration in the middle of our box. This is looking really pretty, y'all. And I'm going to start with a little dot with a little dot. A little dot. And a little, oopsie doogies, little dot. That is cute. I really like that. Same thing down here. I got stringies on me. Oh. There, that got it. And a dot there to put that one on. The lid does close. It's just not wanting to right now, but it does close. And put that there. Ouch. And try to get that hot glue string off of there. These are not done yet. Okay, I got lost where we were. These are not done. Okay. And I think this is the last little one of these we have to do. So what do y'all think of the box so far? I think it's very pretty. And if I was an 8-year-old, I would love to get this for my Christmas present, I think. Every little girl needs a place to put her treasures. All her secret things and stuff. And now I'm going to try to trim this piece of ribbon off. There we go. That was hanging over. Okay. So here's the top of our box so far. Thank you, Sue. You have a great rest of your day. Thank you, King Taco. Thank you, Anne. Okay, so trying to figure out. I know it will close, but I'm kind of glad right now that, well, I need it to close. Let's see. I need to probably get some of this paint off this little knob down here where I painted my knob thing. Well, no, because I got to put lace on it, so we're going to need that to stay like that. I'm not going to worry about it. It will close. Okay, so we just are going to wait a minute and give everything a chance to set up good. I like it, though. Hey, Sherry. Thank you for coming, and you have a good rest of your day. Okay, so I think this is very pretty. Now, let's see how this is doing up top. Okay, that's good. I'm thinking we need to... Where's that lace I gathered? Here it is. Okay, but I got to turn the box around because we start at the back. So at the beginning, I hand gathered some lace on some string. And it's going to go, it's kind of too long. Oh, that is. I don't have feet that. So we're going to discard this because this box is not deep enough. That's fine. I'm not worried about that. And we'll put this one on here. Oh, this is much better. Okay. And we are just going to start sort of toward the middle with the hot glue. This time I'm going to use hot glue. But I need to go the other way because I am right-handed. So I'm not going to try to do this left-handed. That would be a mistake. So I'm just going to start with the hot glue, and we're going to put a little bead of hot glue right there. I need to get it up on my hinge. Get rid of my string and go on and tack this in place. There we go. Ouchie wallies. Now, this lace is going to barely come together in the back, and I know that. So I'm going to pull it as tight as I can, though, while I'm doing this. Uh-oh. No, I got it right to the edge. Okay, so we're going to just go right up. Oh. Right up to the edge where the box is going to close is where I'm going to put this. Stick my hot glue. And I am going to pull this kind of tight because I need it to stretch a little bit. Because I need it to reach around my box. And this is the... Oh, that glue dried really fast. Let's see if I can pop that off of there. Oh, I pulled paint. It's okay. I'll just put another little bead of glue right along there. And pull our fabric tight. Put it down. Okay, there's that. Okay, now for this, I'm gonna have to go around the knob, and just the way it's gonna have to be, because we need the box to shut. So it's gonna go down like that. Make sure it's all pressed in. Pop this off of here. There we go. And I'm going to pull it again. And I didn't, you know what? I may take that whole little, I may just clip this off. I think I'm going to. We'll figure out, I'll put a knob on the front of that or something. I think that's what we're going to do. Design decisions right at the very last second. because as long as the box closes down, which it will, I can take this little piece off of here, or we can just leave it. Oh, that's cute. Look at that, you guys. That's kind of cute. And she can always use it. But back to where we were. And I'm going to pull this tight again and push it down. Now I know it's going to just barely meet in the back. Oh, it's going to actually maybe overlap a little bit. And that's because I kept pulling it tight all the way around. See, when I measured it, this is the only piece of this I have, so I'm trying to make it work because it's perfect for this box. And of course I couldn't pull it tight because it wasn't down yet. So pulling it a little tight helps. And now I'm just going to lift this up and put a little hot glue dot right there to push that down into. I may need to go buy some little feetsies for it because I don't think those little balls are going to be tall enough. The little beads I had. Okay, so there is this part. That's only the first layer of what we're putting on the bottom. That's pretty. That's pretty, just like that. So now what I want to do is I kind of want to take this piece here. Thank you, Spanky. I want to take this kind of and go over this right here, just over that seam of that lace. So, back to the back. Uh-oh, one of our things fell off. No, it didn't. Put that back. Okay. I don't want all my seams to line up because it's going to cause a bulky situation. So I'm going to start this one over here. Move my ribbon to the other side because I am right-handed. And I'm going to just push this down first and get it set. That one piece. Just the very end part. I have another of these to make it's a deeper box, and it's for my daughter-in-law. But that's looking really awesome. And I've never done one of these before. It's just really, don't be afraid to try it. With this, you can always pull the lace off once it cools off. And start over if you need to. And I need the other glue stick. So let me lay this down. Press it in. And get my last glue stick. So if I run out of glue sticks, guys, we will have to continue our box Tuesday because husband got the wrong size. I think he just saw glue sticks and grabbed and wasn't thinking I need mini glue sticks. And this is in the way here. There we go. Ouch. I need to get that off of there. There we go. Okay. I need to make sure I'm on camera too. My glue stick's not in. Okay. Let me grab this and pull it before the glue cools off. Nothing else corner got stuck because that was hot. Make sure we can still close our box. We can. Come around to the front. It's going to go right up to that for right now, and then we got to figure out what we're going to do with that little knobby thing. I think I'm just going to go over it. Except I need to pull this back because and make a huge mess. It didn't sit right when I pulled it around the corner. It's too high. So let me re-glue. I had it up too high. I'm going to just go over the knob. Pull that off the back. Okay. I need to pull it down. There we go. The way to get rid of glue strings is just heat over it with your heat gun real fast. It'll melt them. Hit it with the heat gun. It melts the glue strings. They just disappear. Okay. So now we're back here again. And I'm going to go in and cut this now. Get that out of my way. Come back up under here. And tap it. Now our little skirt on our box has a waistband, so to speak. And I'm not worried about it closing. I'm not going to worry about that part just yet. I think the wood swelled or something when I painted it, but I'm not going to worry about that. I'll put a latch on it if I have to. Okay, so we're looking good. I'm liking it now. Here's the thing. I can leave it like this and I'm good with that because I think that looks absolutely gorgeous. Because I don't want to see, I just don't want to do any of that. So I'm thinking this is pretty much done on the outside. But we still have a whole inside. But I'm done with the glue gun. If that's all the waste I'm going to put on here, what do you guys think? I think that this is plenty of cuteness. It's a 3-layered lace. Because I don't have anything else I could put under here. And I think this looks just fine. But I want to get opinions. So what do you think? Now, it does have feet that's going to go on it. Oh, I need a hot glue gun for the feet. Let's flip the box over. And I'm thinking, see, those feet aren't going to be long enough. Nope. I'd have to put 2 of them together, which I can do, but I have to go get more feet. Because what I can do... They will, if this eye pin doesn't move, let's check it. I can put them on an eye pin. I can cut the eye pin off, first of all, and glue that in place, and then my feet would be long enough. They would. So what do y'all think of that as a foot? And then if we wanted to, we could come back. Nope. Nope. But what do you think of as just a foot of stacked beads? And I would glue the head pin in place before I cut it off. Oops. Hi, Joy. How are you? No on the feet? Okay. I think I need to go like to Hobby Lobby and buy some little pretty feet to put on here. So that's what I think I'm going to do. We're going to leave it alone, not put the little feet. I need to go get the pretty feet. Put the pretty feet on it. Okay, so what I'm doing with the inside of the box, I have this paper. First of all, I need to measure my box. Well, I'm going to do a really... Bear with me, guys. If I can pin it down on two sides, I can cut this out. It's gingham, so I can pretty well cut straight, I hope. I'd rather get it too big and have to trim it. I think I need to go right here. And then I need to go right here. We're going to see how that worked. Oh, that's perfect. Look at that. Okay. Pull that out. And this is, I don't know what paper pack it came from. My dog gave it to me when we were up in Maryland at the end of July. And it matched this napkin perfect. So, let's get our Mod Podge back. And I should have kept the hot glue gun on. So, I'm going to plug it back in because I just thought of something. Apologize for the reach, everybody. And there went my... Well, that can stay in plug. Okay. Mod Podge is what we're doing. And I got some hot glue globby right there. And I'm just going to slather a good coat of this on top of this box. And I am going to put napkin. Oh, I might should have done that first. Well, we're going to just go with the flow. And I'm going to go on and just paint a coat, a slight thin coat right over the top of this. Make sure I got the bottom stuck down good. And I'm going to do the same thing in the bottom of the box. And I like that I have paper I don't have to worry about the ink running on because it came from a paper pad. So what I was thinking and why I plugged the hot glue gun back in, I was thinking we could stick these in the corners. Maybe not because it's got to close. See, I think this is part of why my box isn't closing. It's got something to do with these little, I think they swelled or something. But I'll worry about that. So we can't put those in the corners, but I need to find my napkin. Move my paper aside for a moment because it's going in the bottom. I have another napkin over here. There it is. And I want to take just the middle square of the napkin. How do I want to cut this? Just that And then we could put we could actually put those on the four corners. But we could also go back around this with lace on the inside of the box, make the inside of the box just as pretty as the outside, especially the inside lid. Okay, and my paper I see is buckling. Right there, we got a buckle. I'm gonna just take a wet paper and spread that down. I do not want any buckles on my paper. Okay, there we go. So this is going to go like right in here. I don't want to put it anywhere yet because that's not dry. And I'm thinking we can put these little things on the corners. I don't think we're going to put lace around it. I don't think we're going to have room. So I think we're just going to lay this in here. Oh, that would be pretty. But we can't put the things on the corner if we do it that way. I think we're going to do it square. But we got to wait for that to dry. So then in the bottom of the box, let's see. I'm going to try to measure it in cent. Well, I already see this has to go to right about there. Let me cut that line. And I needed to cut a little bit more of it off. Okay. You can go in one more square. I'm going to end up with some little pretty strips of paper to make something with. Okay, is that going to work? Yep, that's going to work. Okay. Just going to cut straight across. Okay, and set that aside in case because we're going to need it. And now it's where to make the mark for the inside of the box. There's good. Perfect. Okay. And then this, I am thinking we can line the whole box. That would be kind of cool. And I have enough paper to do so. That would be kind of cool. To line up the whole inside of the box with the paper on the bottom. We pull this out. I'm going to do it different. I'm going to put the Mod Podge on the paper this time. That's what we're going to do this time around. Mod Podge directly on the paper. And then put the paper in the box. Spanky, I saw your little, if you're still here, your little clay figurine things, and the squirrel was awesome. They were all cute, especially the chicken and the squirrel. Those are cute. And it goes the other way. Of course it goes the other way. Oh, now it's going to want to wrinkle up on me. Ugh. Hang on. Trying to straighten it. There we go. And I'm just going to push it in with this damp napkin. And I mainly want to seal the corners on this because I don't want her to lose anything down into the corners. There we go. So let's check chat. Oh, that'll be cool. And they were very cute, and I think they will sell. Polymer clay is awesome. I love polymer clay. It is awesome. So we got that. Yep, that's not long enough. Wait a minute. They're both too long. Okay. So we're going to have to cut it no matter what we do. So line it up over there. Where am I going to cut? Right there. And then I'm going to cut it right there. So, y'all, my measurement system, as you see, is not really like measurements. It's not the normal way you measure stuff. This is the Brenda way. That's too tall. So I'll just trim a little bit off. I'd rather have to trim it than have to try to add it. And that's not straight. Let me trim that little corner off a little bit. There we go. Okay, and that's looking really good. Still a little tall. Let me just cut the whole little red gingham thingy off. That whole little red square needs to go. Okay. Now we are good. So now what I'm going to do is take and measure the next piece. Because that almost cut right in half. So I'm just going to trim this one off to match the other one height-wise. There we go. And that gets us this side and this side. Is that the same? Nope, see that side's shorter. So we'll get back to that side in a moment. That paper's still just a hair tall. Okay, so we're now going to Mod Podge the backs of these and put them in our box. So you could just gesso the inside of your box and not do all the painting that I did. That would be fine. Go down into the box all the way. There we go. Now, if I were particular, I would have made sure that my gingham lines matched. They don't. And I am not going to let that bother me. I'm not that much of a perfectionist. The important thing is that this is in the box. Okay, and I'm probably off camera. So that's in there now. And now we're going to put some Mod Podge on the back of this one. And I'm going to tilt my box up, or not. Kind of like wallpapering a box. And I'm probably not where y'all can see what I'm doing here. So I'm just going to take this so I can press on it. It's still a damp napkin. I'm looking at the front edge, and that paper is right there. So I'm not going to even worry about that. So that's looking kind of cool. We got to do the sides. So now we got to go back to measuring the paper. Get it in that corner. And I think it's going to need to go right there. And I realize I am cutting that off camera. So now that fits in there. And I need to cut it right below that red. So we're going to cut it right here, right below that red line. Put it back in. And that's good. So we can Mod Podge that. Let's measure this side over here. That's short. So it must go the other. Nope, that's short. How did that happen? Well, you know what? I bet this will work. It will. Put it in there. I'm going to relook at that one. Well, there's not much I can do. Let's see, that's perfect. And I need to crease that and so I can cut that off. Kind of glad I didn't go by like I did last time, one side to the other, because that would have been too short. Okay, that's perfect. And this is a little off on this front corner. So what I may do, she's not going to see it. I'm going to take and make a little strip. That's just going to hide that corner right there. I mean, there's not that much space it's going to show, but that's going to help it. So let me mod, if I can get it back out. Okay, wait a minute. I've lost my pieces. That's the one that's short. So this goes over here with this. Where's this other piece? Oh, I hope I did. No, it's in there. Okay, guys. I'm going to put, you know what? I'm just going to leave it in there. It can just stay there for a minute. At least I know where it is, right? Okay. First, I'm going to Mod Podge this little bitty one. And I'm going to slide it. Oops. Oopsie, oopsie. I'm going to drop it all over the inside of my box. And I'm going to put it into the corner. There we go. Now I can Mod Podge this one and put over the top of that one. And that's just going to conceal where that little, it was really, y'all, it was less than 1/4 of an inch space in there. But I didn't want to leave it pink. So by doing that, putting a piece behind and putting this in front, and the 8-year-old won't ever know because she's not going to look at her box this closely. I am. She's not. Oops. And there we are. Now I'm going to seal this paper. Well, not seal it. We're going to Mod Podge it. And I am going to slide it in and down. Now, all I'm doing, guys, is I'm just making sure it's all the way down to the corner and in the corner. Okay, see, and there's the inside of our box. And here, that little piece is right there. You can't even see it by piecing it that way. That is so pretty. Now, if I were crazy, right, we could. I say if I were crazy before. No, it's not going to work because I don't have pieces long enough. I'm not going to worry about it. Plus, it could stop it from closing. Okay. So, back to this. We have our napkin. I need this we do with a glue stick. So all I'm going to do is put glue stick all in the middle of this box. And I put a pretty good coat on there. And this is, we're just going to roughly center this because that's all I can do. That's not exactly, it's close. We're just going to leave it. And I didn't get glue stick everywhere that I needed it. So we'll just pull that back. This is why I like doing this with glue stick. If you don't get it all, the napkin can be pulled up and put back. And I do like the way the checker pattern is showing through the back of the napkin. That's kind of cool. And I'm not worried about those wrinkles at all. Okay. And I still think we should put these on these corners because it's not going to stop it from closing at all. But I think we want pink ones. And just put one on each corner. And maybe in the middle. Like right in the middle. I think that's kind of cute. What do you guys think? I need an opinion again. Hi, Susan. Okay, Spanky, thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. Oh, Spanky, you're gonna love, if you're still here, you're gonna love the polymer clay. Once you get, used to how it works and everything, you're gonna love it. You love it like this with the 5 in it, or how, Mary? I would love to put lace around it, but I don't want to affect it closing. Thank you, Anne. Now we could, this is flat lace. Back to the, I don't know where the end of my lace is thing, because it's all a jumble. I'll find it in a second. I've got, there we go. Like I said, I'll find it in a minute. Now, one thing we could do, this is thin lace and we haven't used it. I could just border the napkin with this. And then put these, let me get that down, on the corners. And that's not where the edge of the napkin is. That is. It won't affect the box closing, but I think that is kind of cute. What do you guys think? Oh, that looks really pretty on camera. So what do you think with the lace? With or without the lace? It can go either way. Oh, I really jumped up. I need an empty roll. Trying to roll my lace back up. With the lace, okay. Okay, cool. So we will do that, but I'm trying to, you know what? It all came unrolled. I'm going to, and it's like 10 yards of lace. So before I get lost, this paper towel roll, I'm just going to back away and roll my lace up on here so I can get rid of the jumble. I really didn't like how they packaged this particular lace. It came from AliExpress, and it came like they just rolled it around their fingers or something and then stuck it in a baggie. And it's real. I like it. It's very pretty. It dyed very well when I colored it. I am just trying to get some of it rolled, just where I can work with it, because I can't work with it all in a jumble. And I apologize if that's dogs. Stop. I don't know what they're hearing. But I'm going to just sit here and roll this up for a minute. I've pushed back from the camera so I can't see chat. I really like it with this white lace. I think it fits it all on the inside of the box. And I'm getting into a tangle. Here, it's twisting. And twisting and twisting. Oh, my word. So, uh-oh. And I'm going to need to plug the charger in real fast in just a moment. Okay, I don't think, I'm going to go in and cut this. I don't think we're going to need this much, but I'll use it on another project if we don't use it all. Okay. So, and let's see, back to their stretchy arms here. Plug in the charger. And I got to plug it in when I find the cord. It's the glue gun. Okay, we are plugged up and good to go. Okay, so we're going to do the 5 of these. Now, before we do that, and I do not Mod Podge over a napkin at all. So, close the Mod Podge. I do want to seal it, though, because it is an 8-year-old. So that's where we're going to go back to the polyacrylic real fast. And we're just going to put a coat of the polyacrylic. It'll dry pretty quick. Over the top of our napkin to seal it down. That way all the little edges are going to be sealed. That is very pretty. And the napkins came from AliExpress as well. They have some really pretty napkins, you guys. And I am not sponsored. But they do have some really pretty napkins. And they're not expensive. Okay, I'm going to let that dry. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to seal my corners with the polyacrylic. As I said, I don't want her to lose stuff into the corners of the papers. So I'm just sealing all the seams. There we go. Now we need to let that dry. So while that dries, we can chit chat for a minute. We are almost done with our box. I'm surprised. I was hoping we would get it done today. Still need the hot glue. It's still plugged in. What do you mean, Susan? You don't know what we're doing? And is that the way it came? I don't know what you mean, Mary. And hi, Susan. If I didn't say hi before. We're doing an altered box, Susan. This is a cigar box. I'm making it for my 8-year-old niece for Christmas. I got a hot glue sticky up here. That will keep the box from closing. Snip it off. And so we've altered. I can do this. We had a napkin that was on cardstock that we put on the top of the box. We've embellished it with lace and these little decorations, a little ribbon rose that I made. We have put lace around the outside of the bottom of the box and a piece of ribbon over the top of the lace, some lace around this edge. And I have lined the entire inside of the box with the exception of this part with paper that coordinates with our napkin. And so that's what we're doing. So I'm just working on embellishing the final embellishments for the inside of the lid. But I know I can't get too close to this edge or my box will not close. And it's already having a problem with closing, which I have to work on. So the lace came just like, where's the piece I cut off? It came in a baggie, loosely rolled like this. And that was how it was all rolled up in the baggie. But of course, when you take it out of the baggie, it just unfurled itself. And so it became a jumbled mess. But now it is nicely wrapped around the end of my paper towel roll. And all I have to do, and there with my little beady things, is snip this off. And there we go. And I can store it like this in my lace box, and I'm good with that. It's better than the jumbled mess that it was. I can deal with that. I can't deal with jumbled mess. I don't like jumbled mess. Just not a fan of that. Okay. And we don't, since I think these are the last 5 of these we're going to need, I'm going to work on getting the other ones put back in their little baggie of goodies. Now, before I do that, I had also thought about, you guys, this. This may be a little much. Well, actually, they have it. Yeah, that works. This would take some time that we probably don't have time to do today. But I thought about taking those if I have enough. Now I got to separate them back out. They couldn't have mixed up that bad, that fast. Well, they did. I think that's all of them. Nope, there's some pink ones way down in there. How did they get way down in there so fast? Boy, howdy. Because I need to do one side. I'm not going to put them on there. I lay them out and count to see if I have enough to even do this. Because if not, you don't want to get started on it and not have enough. So now I got to get them all back out of the bag that I just stuck in the bag. Those 5 are set aside. Those are going on the inside lid. Keep those separate. I just want to know how they got down in there so fast. Those are all green, purple, and red. Okay, good. There's another pink one. Okay. And I apologize for this, y'all. Okay. So if I were to do this, I would need how many of them per side? 2. I think it's really pretty, but it's, do I have enough? And if I had flat back pearls, that would probably help. I do have flat back pearl middles. Okay. I don't know that I have enough of these to do this. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And 7 of them. I would need 21 more whites. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12. Uh-oh. I probably cannot afford to do that. Two, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. How perfect is that? So we got 21 of those. So I could do the other 3 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the 18. Those 5 don't count. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 18. So yes, I could technically do that. So what do you guys think? Yes, they all need a secret space. I agree. So what do you all think of doing that? Whoa, to the sides, because I have enough. Phooey. I stuck that baggie on top of the end of my hot glue gun. And I just burnt a hole in it. Which is okay. I have other baggies. I'm just trying to get the melted plastic. And hot glue that melted off of these beads now. At least I found it in time. But I have enough. Exactly. I have exactly enough of the white to do it. So it would work. As you know, Mary says yes. Mary says yes. I think it just finishes it off. And it's very pretty. So while we wait on the inside to dry, do y'all want to play? Do y'all mind staying and playing? Because it's going to take some hot glue, which I have. I still have this stick, and it's not going to take a lot of hot glue. So I'm going to turn my box around so this is closer to me. And here's what we're going to do. I'm just going to pick it up, put a dot, and put it back. This is so pretty. And blingy and sparkly. And I may not, if I keep spacing these like I'm spacing them, I won't need every one of these. But at least we know we have enough. Yeah, I'm not going to need them all. That's fine. A little bit more glue on that. Dropped. I've got glue strings everywhere now. And let me pull that down while I can. Get them in, keep them in line. Put a white one. And put a pink one. Oh, I think that's gorgeous. Now we're going to turn it over. And we're going to start with a white one because we ended with a pink one. Or clear. They're not really white. This. Okay, I need it to stay shut a little bit because it's moving on me. Now we're going to do it clear. And I am going to work on getting the closure to do better. We are down to pink. No. No, the box cannot close. I'm not ready for that to happen. Oh, not another pink one. We need to clear. And we're going to finish with pink again. Okay, now this is going to get fun. Oh, wow. That's, y'all, that's awesome. What do you think? That is gorgeous. That really is gorgeous. I really hope she likes it. So I'm hoping not to pop any of those off, but we need to start with pink. And I'm in an awkward angle here. I'm going to need to turn the box toward me, and I'm going to go this way this time because I already started over here. But I can't have the glue gun up right up under the phone. So. Oh, thank you, Anne. Thank you, Susan and Mary. You should see the Princess Barbie cake I made for her 4th birthday. I'll have to post it in the group. She wanted a Princess Barbie cake. And so it was 6 hours in the making. I found a Princess Barbie. I made a cake that was the Barbie doll's dress. And it took 6 hours from start to finish because I piped all the little florets on that cake. And the icing was purple and pink. She still talks about that cake. And that was 4 years ago. She loved her Barbie cake. But I'll have to post a picture of it. I don't make cakes. I do them for special occasions for family members only. I made her brother a graveyard cake because his birthday's in October and that's what he wanted. We also, oh, not another pink one. I've also, when he was little, made him a train cake. I do them for family members, special occasions, and that kind of thing. It's another way to craft. Except you're doing it with food and not this kind of thing. I think crafters are going to find a way to craft no matter what. This one is going to end with a white one. Well, it would have ended with pink if we had started at this end, so that's good. They're being consistent. Okay. And I have a hot glue, yucky. So we're going to start with pink again. We're going to actually start with white because we're going to start at this end. And that's what this ended. It ended with a pink. So start with the clear. And I'm going to get rid of all these little weird strings and stuff. Put on a pink. It did make her very happy. What do you mean, Lace Joe? Yep, it gets clear. I was about thinking I was putting the wrong thing on here. Nope, clear. Those are getting off center a little bit. They're still hot and warm. I move those. I'm going to start putting my little dots in a better position. Get that off of there. My glue gun squeaks. And now we need pink. And I'm going to try to squeeze 2 more in there, only because I don't want to clear next to a clear. So see if I can scoop that over a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to squeeze a pink right there on the corner. Right there. We're going to put a pink one. Let's see if I can slide these over just a little bit. You could do that. You could do it with caulk. As long as it's caulk that will harden, definitely. You could pipe them that way. Liquid, you can also, Susan, I'm sorry. You can use liquid polymer clay. They make a liquid clay that you can mix with the regular polymer clay, and you can thin that down to piping consistency, and then you would bake it in the oven to harden it. You could do it with egg whites. Not egg whites, but you know, the frosting. It's not egg whites. It's that frosting, though, that you can pipe it and it gets really hard. You could do it with that. You could definitely do that, Susan, and they would look gorgeous. Oh, wow, Anne, and I know that fondant stuff is not easy. I would be proud of her, too. Okay. Yeah, royal icing. That's what it is. The liquid polymer you can use by itself, but it's not going to pipe and it's going to spread. But you could mix it with, say, the white polymer clay. You could use white Primo and the liquid clay, which you can get clear liquid or you could get white, either one. You could mix those together and get the consistency that you need. Because if you watch anybody that does food with polymer clay, when they make their icing, that's what they're doing. They're using liquid clay mixed with regular clay to get it to the consistency they want so that they can pipe it or make their icing for their food that they're making out of polymer clay. Oh, look. That made that, I think. That is gorgeous. That is gorgeous. So now we need to finish the inside. Now, yeah, it's not going to flop open like I have to turn the box because we put these around it so that's stopping it from opening flat. That's fine. It doesn't need to lay flat, the lid. So I'm going to turn it this way so we can work on this. And this is where our lace is going to go. And we are going to glue it and not hot glue it, but I still need the hot glue for these 5 last little things. We ended up before the clear left. So we're going to go back. Let me measure it off and cut it. Here we go. From there to there. Okay. And we're going to go back to the tacky glue here. And I'm going to spread it with my finger to make it wider. Okay, but we don't want to go off the edge of the napkin with it. And I'm just going to lay the lace down on there. Like that. And I'm going to measure the piece for the bottom. Which will go from there to there. Just so our overlaps are in the same spot, because I'm picky about that. And we'll put this little piece. Whoops. Right there. That's pretty. I do like that. I kind of want to keep the box, and I'm making it for my niece. I'm going to have to make me one. This came out really cute. All I knew was I wanted to make an altar box for her for Christmas. I had no clue really what I was doing. Because this is not something I've ever done. But there's a first time for everything. And the cool thing is, with the exception of painting the box, you all have gotten to see this whole thing from beginning to end. Oops. Put it. Oh. Come on, ladies. Lay down. Do right. And I need to pull it just this way, just a hair. There we go. We have just one more side to do. And I may have got that too long, so I'm going to remeasure it. Just a tiny bit. Okay. And I'm just going to pat off the excess, okay? So now all we have left to do is we're going to put our hot glue in the corners. And I'm going to start with this corner here. And we are going to put a pink one. There, and we're going to put a pink one right there. And we're going to put one right smack dab in the middle. Like so. And that is the end. And I can unplug the hot glue gun now back across the table. Okay, let me check on chat. Her room is not pink. It would be, but they are in a rental. So her room cannot be pink because they can't paint it. But it would be if they could. Oh, Susan, that sounds awesome. Oh, wow. At Cato's? I will have to check that out. We actually, as small of a town as I'm in, we actually have a Cato, I think. Yes, we do. Okay, guys, so I'm going to let this all set up for a minute, and then we're going to take a final look at our box. I think we did awesome for an hour and a half or 2 hours and a half. I think it's awesome. I got to get into the Ziploc bag here for these since I melted this one. Yeah, it's not really doing anything. I'm just trying to pick them up off the table. Oh, well, look, I found another clear one. Oh, since I know we're done and we're not going to do any more embellishments, and I'm just going to have to go to Hobby Lobby and buy some feet for my boxes. Hobby Lobby or Michael's. As much as I hate to say it, I'm going to have to get some Tim Holtz feet. That doesn't sound good. We're just going to buy his feet. We don't want the rest of him, just his feet. I will have to check that out. Because, yes, you can really, you're right. You can bling them out. You can decorate them and everything. Now I got to think about what am I going to put in her box for Christmas. You know, I could make her a small journal. I have a little book that would fit in here that I could turn into a journal. And she likes my little journals. Oh, wow, Susan. Yeah, I can see her having this for a long time to come. I can. Now, the one I'm going to do Tuesday, because I'm going to do another one Tuesday, is a deeper box. The lace that we wrapped that I strung earlier will go on that box with no problem. It was just too long for this box. So that lace isn't going to go to waste or anything. Hers is a different napkin because she's adult. But Livy picked out this napkin, so I can't say anything about her napkin choice. But that napkin is a more feminine kind of napkin. Tristan's favorite colors are the pinks and the pale blues and light purples, but her napkin is going to be more pink. Right, Susan. And she does. Her and I sat, I don't know if you've ever seen the toilet paper journal YouTube videos. I watched one. I saved up toilet paper tubes and they came and her and I made 3 toilet paper journals each, but she took all of them. I had painty papers that I had been making. We used my painty papers. I went to Dollar Tree and bought the elastic hair ties to tie them together with. We made the covers out of painty paper. We put painty paper and coffee dyed paper on the insides of them, and she took them to school and gave them out to her friends. But she still has one that she writes in. So I know she would like a journal. So we're going to do another one of these on Tuesday, only because that one I got to mail to Maryland. And I don't have any more of these to put on it. But on hers, I have pearly things I can put on hers in place of these. This is awesome looking. Okay, so this should be dry enough for us to do a final look over. I still got to figure out how to get this to close correctly. And I think it's going to come down to my husband doing something to this inside because it looks like one of these moved or something. And he will figure that out, hopefully without breaking my box. But, so y'all, this is the finished product. There's the top. I love the sides of this box. That is so pretty. And that's going to be sitting on her night table or her bookcase in her room. I really like this box. I think for my first time, it came out awesome. I really do. I like it. I can't wait till Tuesday to make the other one. Right. I mean, I could put a piece of elastic through here. I have some elastic cording. I could put elastic cording through here, and I could put maybe one of these little wooden pearl. Well, I don't have any pearl beads, but one of these little wooden ones on here where you don't see the hole. And then your piece of elastic would just come down and go over it. And that would keep it closed. But yep, we could put a piece of elastic under that. That would work. Or, yeah, because I don't want to put this on the lace. But yep, that would work. Or I could have a piece of elastic here. I don't know where the elastic cording, aha. Because I don't clean my table off. So I'm not going to do it right in a minute. But I could take, this is too big of a loop, of course. And, oh, you know what? We could just do it. Let's get a clear one. Yep, get a clear one. We're going, oops, hot glue gun should hopefully still be hot enough to do this. I just need a short piece of elastic to make into a little loop. Oh, I'm going to burn my fingers. I can see it coming. We're going to put a dot of glue on there for now. I probably need a bigger piece of elastic. And now my hot glue is going to set up. I'm going to cut the ends off. And I'm going to put, whoops, hang on. Dang it. Oh, good gravy. If I can get this to work, this will be awesome. I can trim the ends off before I hook it onto the box. Put that down in that glue. Get in there. Okay, I got to plug the glue gun back in. So we will. Because this, I think this is the answer. Thank you. Whoever said, I'll just go back. But thank you. Because what I'm thinking is, where did our little white thing go? Put this on here like this. Onto here. Then it's going to go on here. And when you pull this down, the elastic would loop. That could just stay out. Well, either way. The elastic will loop around that to keep it closed. Somehow, some way. Or wait. We need a pink one for this. If I hot glue one of these to that, that's not going to be big enough, I don't think. It needs to stick out a little bit more. That may be where one of these comes in handy. But I don't like that. I need a pearl or something. Bear with me while the hot glue gun heats up. Right, I've got E6000. I'm going to go find a pearl that can go on here, a bigger pearl. That, because this will work, but I need something on here so that when it's pulled down, so where is this going to stick? It's going to have to stick down here for that to work. Wait a minute. For this to work, this would need to stick here, which it could with no problem. I really don't want to do that, though. I'd rather stick it there. And then do what? This is a puzzle. Maybe I should take this off. Because then I could have something. This wouldn't be in the way. Ideas? I'll let y'all think and type while I go and find a pearl. Because I do want a pearl. I think a pearl would be a better option. Okay. This would make an awesome knob. I need to cut this off. Where are the cutters? Well, I had wire cutters on this table. This'll get it off. Well, yeah, that'll work. And I'm going to glue those back down. And our lace. Okay, whoops. Because that did work. Should have probably done that to begin with. Just going to run a little bead of hot glue under where I just pulled that lace up. And squish it. And that's going to get it all down at one time. Now, we have to figure this out. Okay. So, where'd my big pearl go? If I put this here, can y'all see what I'm doing? I have these 6,000 out as well. If I put this here, I'm wondering if we put one up here, if we could somehow, see, I just don't want to, She needs a knob. Because then there's nothing middle-wise. I'd have to take 2 of these off to put, well, I could do that. So if I take 2 of these off, guys, and I put this in the middle, that would make a knob. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, take these 2 off. I could put this in the middle, and that would make a knob. Hi, Zoe. How are you? Oh, I know, Joe. And we got to the lace on the inside of the box, if that's what you were talking about. But so I'm trying to figure out how we're going to. So that would be a knob that you could open and close it with. E6000 would hold it in place, no problem. I would do the head. Now, I would do this just because I want the hole covered. I would put a head pin on it just to cover the hole. That way, I don't have to worry about it showing. Because there's nothing worse than a blank hole. So I would do that. This I would just cut off. It would just be there to, you don't have to worry about that showing. That's the only reason it would be there. But this would make a good knob. It's the right size. It would make a great knob. But I would still need to take these 2 off to put it on here to be a knob. So let's do this. As it's not going to stay this way at all. But that would be the knob. It's how are we going to pull it down and close it? I may need to think on this and then get back with y'all on Tuesday as to what the solution was. Because that may be what I need to do. Because the box is awesome the way it is. And except now I need to repaint this little edge where I pulled that thing off. But the thing didn't need to be there. And I can just put a little bit of right there and it'll be fine. Everything will be fine. It's just pink. So I'm going to work on it because it may be as simple as put this pearl here. Still take these off, but behind each one, behind each one of those, where did that little pink stuff go? One moment. When I find it, I have, how do you move stuff and you don't move? I guess this is what I'm looking for. So what I could do is behind these, add this that makes a loop that's big enough that when this is down, it goes around the pearl. And then this could also be the handle to open it with. So I would take these off, and instead of hot glue, they would go back on with E6000 with the lace behind, the ribbon behind them. So it would make a loop that would go around the pearl. But they would be E6000 on, not hot glued on, because I don't trust hot glue with that. And the pearl could go here as an embellishment. And I'll just turn it sideways so you don't see the little holes. It could go here as an embellishment on the front. And that way this loop would have something. It would just loop around and just slip off, because the pearl, being that it's a pearl, it would just slip right off. I also had a smaller one. But I don't think that would, well, that could work. It's not as big and bulky. I kind of, okay, so let me tip the box back up. So here's what we're looking at. Well, it won't sit there. It'll sit right here. Maybe. Balance. And then we would have a loop that comes around here of this same pink that would catch to hold this down. This is going to be E6000. I don't have to worry about it moving. These are going to be E6000. I don't have to worry about it moving. I think that could work, and that's pretty, and it's the right size for this box. What do you guys think of that idea? I can't do it right now because I'd have to remove stuff and E6000 and all that. But I think that's a solution. So what do you guys think? And hot glue, there's not going to be hot glue for those. That would all be E6000. Thank you, Susan. I think that will work, and it's a loop and not a piece of elastic. She can also use the loop to open and close. She just pull it down and hook it under her pearl. And so be looking for an altered mini book between now and Christmas to go in this box for her. Actually, it's probably going to be a junk journal, and I'm going to use the cover of a mini book, but still. Be watching for that, because I think that's going to be what we're going to do. I think that's what I'm going to do, and I'll show you on Tuesday how that works. And this is, I think I'm in love with the box. So we're done with the box for today. So we got the whole outside of the box done. We figured out a closure system. I just have to do it. I'm going to put some felt on the bottom. I think I have some pink felt. So I'm going to put felt on it and the feet. If nothing else, I will put paper on the bottom, pink paper, before I put the feet on. It'll have something, though. Or I may just paint it, but it'll be something to complete the bottom. But I think it came out really pretty. And then there's the inside of it, all lined with paper and all decorated up and pretty. Well, Susan, I think you're subscribed. Just make what you may want to do, Susan, is go to my channel after, unring the bell and re-ring the bell. Sometimes that will work to get you your notifications. The other thing is I always go live Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Not always, most of the time, unless I'm sick or something. Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 2 Eastern. Also, if you are a follower of my Foxy's Creations Facebook page, I post it on there so you'd get notifications that way. I also have started posting it on my own personal Facebook page. And then I post it in several groups. I know mine's the same way, Susan. But either friend me on Facebook, because I post it in my Facebook page when I go live. So if nothing else, you'll get them that way. So just friend me on Facebook. That'll work, because I always post it there. And I post it in my Foxy's page. It's Foxy's Creations on Facebook. It's the same spelling. Okay, Susan. So did you get the notification from Facebook? Because I posted it on Facebook, and I'm sure I posted it on Foxy's Creations too. And in several groups. I know I posted it in Beginning Crafter Friends. I posted it in Michelle Scott's group, Katiri's group, Dai's group, and I don't remember what other groups, but I posted it in several groups. Goodness. And I noticed my Facebook notifications aren't coming in like they're supposed to either. I don't know what's up with that. So we're not going to use the big pearl. I'm going to set it in this little bucket over here. We're through with those. We're not going to need this little bitty clear one. Just trying to clean my table off a little. I'm trying to get in the habit of cleaning off the table, somewhat between crafting projects. So between now and Tuesday, I'm going to fix our closure. You'll see that on Tuesday, and we're going to make another one. The next one we're going to make is a little bit bigger than this one, and it's deeper. It's actually a lot bigger than this, and it's deeper. And I got to see if I can find some kind of paper to line it with. But it's a really pretty box. And because it's taller, that other lace is going to work for that one. This lace was too short, but in all directions, too short for that box. But I've got lace and stuff set aside inside of that box. Thank you for coming, Mary. I appreciate it. I really do. Well, guys, we've been on here for almost 3 hours. So I'm going to let y'all go because I got some stuff I got to do. But I will get the closure fixed on here. Tuesday, we're going to make another altered box. That one's got to go to Maryland. So that's why I'm trying to get it done. So we're going to do it Tuesday. And then there will be no live on Thursday, no live on Saturday due to the Iron Bowl game. So it'll be Tuesday, and then in a week after that, I'll be back. Or like I said, we may do a crafting thing on Friday since we're not going live on Thursday or Saturday. That might be what we do. But I have company coming Friday, so I really don't know. So it may just be Tuesday and then Tuesday. Holidays mess everything up. So Or I could make a video that I could get up today. At least that gives y'all something. Exactly. Roll Tide. Hi, Zoe. Welcome back. Yep. So I know we got game stuff going on here on Saturday. There's no way I can go live during Iron Bowl. There's no way, because our company that's coming is Auburn fans, or our Auburn fans. Good Lord. We're Alabama fans. And so it's going to get rowdy around here during Iron Bowl. But it makes it fun. It's all good, clean fun. But yeah, so that's can't go live because TV will be going. People be yelling in the background. Yep, Zoe, Roll Tide. I'm an Alabama fan. Now, I am okay with Auburn winning their games as long as it's not the one they play against us. That's fine with me. As long as, like I said, it's not the Iron Bowl. That's just the one they can't win. They can't win the Iron Bowl. That's all. You know, something like this on the front might be good too to wrap the ribbon around. Huh. I just thought of that sitting here looking at it. This one is, well, a white one on there would be horrible. But something like that, if I had a bigger rose. I do have bigger roses, you guys. You know what? Because the box has roses, I'm going to hold y'all up for just a moment. I know I said we were going to go. One moment. Instead of the pearl, this is an idea. Let me grab two of them. I have giant ones. Well, not giant, but big. Yep. Okay, so I have a pink one. This would be on here. Well, it'd be like that, kind of, okay? Our ribbon would come down from here and here and go under it. This is going to be E6000. And if we don't like the pink one, I also have a cream colored one that could sit right there. E6000 down. And do the same thing. The ribbon would come around it. I think I like that better than a pearl because our napkin has roses on it. And there's that rose, and that kind of brings it all back together. So anybody... Well, Susan, there are friends. I can't help who they like football-wise. And we always have good, clean fun. You like the pink one better? Okay. Yeah, it goes with the pink. Now, what do you think as far as... I think this instead of the pearl. I like this better than the pearl. And it's got more edge to hang on to for the lace, for that ribbon to hang on to, because it could catch right there. And it would hang on. So I can make sure I put one of these little petals at the bottom so that the ribbon would have something to hang on to. Would have a place to sit. It should be centered, however. I think that's what we're going to do. I forget I have these because I can't use them in paper crafting because they're too tall. It would, unless you put them on a cover. So I always forget I have these. These higher up thingies. I was using them in polymer clay stuff. And in jewelry because these are actually beads. There's a hole. Where's one of those head pins again? Here it is. This is a bead. Where's the hole at? Right there. And well, let's see if we can go through this side. If I had a straight pen or straight eye pen. This one's bent. Let me get a straight one. It's a bead though. And I was using them and putting them on bracelets because they are beads. You just put them where you can't see. See, it's a bead. That would also be pretty on a tassel on a journal. But I would just set it on here because you don't see the holes. I would set it so that one of these little petals, probably that one, is to the bottom. Oh, no, I don't watch her. I'll need to. I need to. I'll remember that because I'm always afraid to put them in a book because they're so tall. Or in a journal. But on a cover of a journal or on a mixed media piece that's freestanding, I've used them on my clay boxes, the tile boxes. I've used them on those. And I just realized I have drying glue on my fingers, and it looks probably gross on camera. Marry My Small Art. Okay, I will look that up, Susan. So this is going to be a little different when we come back on Tuesday, and I will show you how we did it. And I may need to keep one out to put on the other box because that's cute. That is cute. Right there in the middle and make a little loop. I think that will work. And then I'll take care of that. The little snafu part where I broke that thing off. I'll take care of that. That won't be there when we come back on Tuesday. So I'm going to let y'all go for the day. I thank y'all for coming. I really do. I appreciate this support. And I will make the closure for the box. And we'll get it to where it'll close. And I won't have to have hubby deal with it at all because it's just going to close down. And it's something that her little fingers will be able to do. And then we'll alter her book to go in here after Thanksgiving. That's when we will do that. I need to unplug my glue gun again before I burn myself. So that's what we'll do. Thursday, we're going to work on the one for my daughter-in-law, Tristan, up in Maryland. We will get hers done. Or started, and by then hopefully I'll have the right size glue sticks for the glue gun because I don't think that's enough glue for another altered box, but I'm really happy with how this one came out. So thank you all for coming. I will see you all again definite. What is today? Tuesday. I'll see you all Tuesday. See y'all again on Tuesday live, 2 o'clock Eastern time. 1 o'clock Central, 12 Mountain, 11 Pacific, where we will be altering another box. Y'all have a great rest of your weekend. Bye, everybody. Yes, Susan, I was thinking about the cover for the little book inside. One of those maybe on the cover. That would be cute. Bye, everybody. I'll see you on Tuesday and y'all, or in another live stream between now and then. Y'all have a great rest of the weekend. Bye.